Welcome back folks, my name's Shane. In today's video we're checking out the VOX AC10C1. There's so much to like about this amplifier that I wanted to revisit it and showcase a few things that I didn't maybe showcase properly on the original review I did quite some time ago. Now this amplifier is extremely versatile. While the top panel is nice and simple, you get so many great sounds. It's super dynamic if you're using your volume control. You can get it to clean up beautifully, and I'll showcase that in this video. Now what I wanted to showcase was how this amplifier sounds clean, and then also how it sounds with some drive with various guitars. So we'll be using a Telecaster, a Strat, and the PRS SE Custom 24. Now I'm going to timestamp each section down below, so if you just want to hear it clean or dirty with different guitars or whatever the case may be, you can skip ahead, back or forth. This video is not sponsored. This VOX AC10C1 is on loan from Sky Music, so a massive thanks to them for the loan of this. I might see if they can cut me a deal on this, depending on how we go with this video. So I hope you like the tones. Let us know what you think of this amp in the comment section. I'm almost under the impression that this might be the best 10-watt amp on the market, but you can be the judge. Let's get into it. All right, let's kick it off. So in today's video, I've got the amp mic'd up with an AEA N22 ribbon microphone and a Sennheiser E906, and you'll be hearing a mix between them both. I'm going to start off on this Player 2 Telecaster. To begin with, we'll try some humbuckers as well, but I want to show you some really nice clean tones you can get with single coils by dialing in the amp like this. So you can see I've got the bass and treble kind of pointing towards each other. This gives me a really nice sound. I've got the volume cranked for more high headroom, and the gain down, which eliminates having a lot of gain in the circuit. So let's give this a go. We'll start on neck pickup and I'll cycle between a few different positions. Yeah, brings back memories. You know, the AC15 and 30 were my gigging amplifiers for a very long time, and with a Telecaster, it's just a beautiful pairing. Let's go for some nice clean Strat tones now and a few different pickup combinations. I've made some subtle adjustments here, but I've just added a little bit more treble, a little bit more reverb, and just a smidge more gain. This is neck. That sounds great. Over to bridge and middle pickups together. Let's grab some humbuckers. Over to my PRS SE Custom 24. I'm going to show you how to get some really great humbucker tones here. So if you turn the treble up and back the bass off, turn the gain even further down, but turn the volume up, you get a really beautiful clean tone. And again, it's not super loud. It's probably loud enough to annoy the neighbors, but not loud enough for gigs. It is a 10-watt amp, but it gets pretty loud once we crank on the drive, which we'll get to. But this is neck pickup with the tone and volume all the way up. I'll play a similar thing to what you heard in the intro. I mean, there you go. If you like to play percussive, it's still got a bit of knock on the note there. It's really nice. Let's go for some classic crunch tones now, starting on the PRS. So if you play humbuckers, this is a really sweet setting here. You can have the gain at 12 o'clock. I've got the volume down now to about 1 o'clock. So before it was over here. Now that we're adding gain, the amp gets a lot louder. So we can back this off, I've also turned the reverb down because what I found with this amp is once you start adding a lot of drive, the reverb kind of goes crazy. So I've got that turned down. I think this sounds pretty great. Have a listen to this on bridge. I think that's very musical. Let us know what you think. Over to the Telecaster now, and we're going to see if we can get that sort of classic crunch sound. So I've got the gain up to about 1 o'clock. I've re-EQ'd the amplifier for this guitar. The reverb's still in the same spot, and I've just adjusted the volume slightly. Let's have a listen to this. That's awesome. Over to neck pickup. Let's just play some riff stuff. I'll start on the bridge pickup. Let's get over to the Strat. Maybe one of the most underappreciated things about a Vox amp and why I used it for blues for so long is how dynamic it is once you start using your volume control here. So I've got the gain on the amp all the way up right now. I've made some subtle adjustments on the other settings here, but let's have a listen to this. But I'm going to start with my volume control down on the neck pickup. So that's basically dead clean. It's maybe not the best tone in the world, but wait till you turn up a little bit more. Yeah, so that goes from dead clean all the way through to a gnarly sort of blues rock tone. And lastly, over to some humbuckers. I'm just going to play some sort of lead and rhythm sort of stuff now with the gain cranked and the volume cranked. Have a listen to this. I did have to turn the bass down just so it sounds a little cleaner on the bottom end here. It is a 10-inch speaker after all. This is bridge pickup. Guitar strap keeps getting in the way, but you get the point. So again, you can go from a gnarly sort of classic rock or sort of even almost higher gain tone back to dead clean just by using your volume control. All right, let's wrap this up. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the VOX AC10. Now, it's been so long since I played one of these. I did review one many years ago, and this amp is so much fun. I really love, of course, the Telecaster tones. The Strat tones are pretty solid. If you're playing humbuckers and you like a little bit of gain, it absolutely rocks. And I think if you're a Tele or humbucker player of any description, this amplifier is really something special. Now, in terms of its versatility, you can absolutely get a really nice lower volume clean sound. Now, this won't be loud enough to gig with. You can, of course, use pedals with it if you so choose on that clean tone to give it more volume. but you're going to start getting into a territory where it breaks up. So if you like your amplifier to stay clean, you've got to run the volume most of the way up and the gain most of the way down. And conversely, as soon as you start bringing in the gain, it gets a lot louder. So that's where you can bring the volume control down. Now this is definitely too loud for a bedroom or an apartment or anything like that. It's a small amplifier physically compared to some of the others behind me, but it absolutely wallops. If you crank it up with some drive, it's super loud. And I would say it would easily cut small gigs, no problems whatsoever, once you start adding the gain and volume control together. So that's really cool. It's a very simple amplifier. Now, I'm a huge fan of simple when it comes to amps. Plug in, it should sound great. And this is very easy to remember your favorite settings. It's nice and light. The 10-inch speaker really sets it apart from the weight of the AC30, even with the single 12 or the AC15C1 or, you know, the other one with the blue speaker. So I would argue the VOX AC10 might be the best 10-watt amplifier out there. But let us know what you think. Thanks for watching.